Hey guys, welcome to the step-by-step for our auto poster. This thing is absolutely a game changer. So we're going to go through step-by-step on how to actually build this. So I've learned that every single person's at a different pace. So depending on where you are in your journey, we started a couple of years ago, but if you're just starting out, you can do this step-by-step. If you want the cheat, you can actually, we have another version as well where you can actually upload the templates as well. You're going to find that in the link below. But I'm going to show you what both versions are. We're going to go through each node step by step. This is what it looks like when it's done. But if you want to fast track this, we do have a paid version we've done. It's very, very cheap. It's inexpensive. It's like $27 or something like that. Where you can actually take this and get it completely ready to roll, upload it, connect your nodes, which each one of these are called a node, and you can fast track this thing. This is going to be the free version. Again, does the same exact thing, but you have to do each individual step. Some people like to do that and they like to learn. Some people are more advanced. They just want the template. So we have both versions. If you want to fast track this, make sure you just stop now and then click on the document, and there'll be a link that takes you over to our paid school class, which we have a lot of workflows, but you want to make sure you stay all the way to the end. We are going to show you either way a workflow that we've been working on that is absolutely crazy. It's a bot that builds bots that builds these automations, and it's going to save you a ton of money. It's the best thing that we've ever created so far. So we're going to show you a little bit about this. But like I said, you want to click on the document. So you'll see a document like this. This is going to be the setup guide. And depending on which version you're doing right now, it'll have step-by-step, but I'm going to show you real quick. If you want to do the fast track paid version, like I said, it's very inexpensive. This is going to by far save you a good $100,000 to $200,000 a year if you're a consistent poster. You got to realize that this is something that, you know, it's big. So let's go over to the school. So I'm going to show you our school. So we have our paid school that has a lot of stuff in it, which I'm going to show you here real quick. I'm not, depending on where you are, you might be in the free version. If not, we also have our paid version, very inexpensive. We just opened up this new school here with a lot of our really big stuff and our blueprints that we've been using in our businesses that have generated over $250 million in sales. So we know what we're doing. This is something that we've done for a very long time, and we finally started monetizing and actually putting the free content out that help people that actually need it. But we have a lot of things. Holy Grail. We have our scraper. This is the Holy Grail posting system that we're doing now. It saved our businesses about $250,000 a year just from not having to hire social media people. This auto poster is going to share it to everything, and you want to make sure you stay tuned. We have our Auto Genius, which is our bot builder that I'm going to tell you about. We have our Voice AI Voice Agent. Now, this is our community. You'll also find down low. Chances are you might be coming in on the free version. You still get all the same benefits, but this takes it up a notch. This has all of our big builds. This has all of our game-changing things. So if you're a business content creator and you want to take it to the next level, very low cost on these things have taken us, 200-300 hours. But you'll see that in our paid version, we have templates as well. These are all builds that we have done. You will see, just a little bit about them. A lot of them, a lot of builds, a lot of big stuff that can help you guys. But we have lead scrapers, we have voice AI. If you want to train your salespeople and receptionists, you can have all voice agents. These are step-by-step. And then we have our affiliate tools as well that you guys can get discounts on. But if you're going to do the paid version and you want to fast track this thing and not do step-by-step, you'll come over to this Holy Grail right here, and you'll see that it shows you, very easily. So you have step-by-step, and then you just will download this file. And just to show you real quick what that looks like, so when you click on this file, you'll get a download, and you'll go straight over to plan, which is where you're going to build your workflow. And if you have an account, you can go in and create your account. If not, I'm going to just take you real quick to a new workflow. And then you'll go to this download and then import from file. You'll paste your thing and it's ready to roll. So all you have to do then is go in and select your nodes. So this will save you a good amount of time. Like I said, all you have to do is go over to our school page, and you'll come into this page, and then you can pay the monthly, which is $79, has a ton of benefits, or you can do the version that you can actually pay, which will be on the free course. If you want to just do the free route, you can do that with us. But so when you go back to your free version, if you just want to purchase this one fast track and you don't want to do the monthly, which I do recommend it because it will be a game changer for you. If you want to just do it, so we'll be adding it right here. There'll be a version for the free version, and then right next to it, there'll be a version for the paid $27 version. Or if you want to go VIP, you can go to the AI Business Lab paid, which all those links will be in there. I'll make it nice and easy for you. But to fast track these things, let's go ahead and start building it. We're going to go step by step. So if you don't want to go step by step, now's the time to bow out. You're going to grab that link, which you'll see right here. It'll say something like auto poster, and get rolling right away. Now, the one thing that people did not tell me when I was trying to build are there tricks that no one tells you about. Now, with AI, some people love it, some people hate it. Don't care what the opinion is, but you want to use it if you're having errors. So you're going to run into situations that you'll get an error on a node, for example. So let's say, for example, we're building something. This is a finished workflow. You go to run it, and then one of the nodes has an error. What I would recommend you doing is you're going to copy the input, which all the information will fill in there. You'll copy the output. Actually, I'm going to show you a live one. That's going to be actually more beneficial. So here's a sports card scraper tool that we're building right now for a client. And you have your build information right here. Up on the top, you have the executions, and you'll see that everything has ran here. You want to find one. Let's say you just ran one and it has an error. Don't sit here and try to fix every single thing that's wrong. So you got an error. There it is. Double click it. What I like to do is you hover over here, you click on this little thing, and it will copy all of the information. I will paste this into ChatGPT. I'm sorry, I will paste this into Claude. Do not use ChatGPT, use Claude. It's the best for coding. So I'll copy all this. I will say code 2, I'll copy all of this. And then what I'll do is I'll copy the error. And then this little button right here is all of the details for the error. I'll copy this, and I'll give it to ChatGPT, and it'll tell me, here's your updated code, you can fix it. A lot of times you guys are going to play around with it. You're going to try to add things for your business. You're going to try to add things, adjust it, add Facebook, add this, and you're going to break it within a second. But you need to know, as stupid as it sounds, that little symbol right there, you need to know how to fix it. So if you get stuck, just copy all this information, and within seconds, it will tell you exactly what to do. That's how we build automations. That's how we fix automations. It's the best thing you can do. Also, it will help you with error handling. So if it keeps erroring, because let's say you upload a 3-minute video. So for example, let's say we're working on a video, this auto poster, and you decide you want to upload a 3-minute video. It errors out, and you're like 30 videos into it. You didn't know that there was an error. You want to make sure that you add error handling. How does it handle it? Does it continue? Does it stop the workflow? Does it notify you? What does it do? So error handling is really, really important, because the last thing you want to have to do is babysit. You don't want to babysit these workflows. So for example, this workflow right here would have stopped. You can go to settings on some of these nodes, and you can actually, in the settings, you can add code that says, on error, what would you like to do? There's also things that we can do, like, for example, if you're part of our school paid version, it is, so there's different automations. This is all for error handling. So this was a build that was done by another builder, but it works perfect. So what happens if something errors? Does it retry it? Does it fail it? Does it resort back and fix it using another model? Things like this is, you can have it to where when it fails, the agent will automatically fix it. There's so many things you can do. I don't want to overwhelm you too soon. But you want to make sure that you're using AI to help you so you can fast track this thing. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. I'm going to assume that you're doing step by step, and you know how to do a lot of these things. In our auto poster step by step, they'll teach you how to do step by step on how to connect your Google Drive, how to connect your Claude. I'm not going to go over through that. I'm not going to tell you how to do your cloud and get your API tokens. The step-by-step guide will give you all that information. So you want to make sure that you're following along, and while you're doing this, you go through this, and their tutorial videos are very easy. Also, you can plug it directly into Claude. So if you say, for example, I need to get credentials for my NAN account for Google Drive, give me step-by-step, it will tell you exactly what you need to do. That's where these directions came from. I said, I need to connect my Google Drive, tell me what I need to do. And it gives you step-by-step with links. You gotta use it. It will make your life so much easier. So we will go over to the plus sign, click on workflow, and you can after you get your NAN account, you can do a paid version, you can do a free version. You will come to a new workflow. You want to go ahead and just name it. So we'll do auto poster. All right. So you have the first step. This plus sign are where you add your nodes. So that is going to be step 1. So this first one, we're doing Google Drive, and I have the template to my left, so I'll be looking to my left as I'm doing it, so we can speed this along. So triggers are going to be what it's looking for. So when you go to add something to your Google Drive, which is going to be a video, as soon as that video hits the Google Drive, it's going to trigger and it's going to go ahead and send it out to everything. Absolutely incredible. So we are going to on changes involving a specific folder. Now, when you get this in for your first time, you're going to have your credentials on the top. You want to make sure that you click on this little pencil, and you're going to want to sign in to Google. But before you do that, you want to either open these documents, or you need to figure out on step-by-step is you need to go to this Google console. And when you get there, you're going to have to do these steps to create the credentials. It's the bridge API. It's called an API to bridge everything. Let's go and close this. Let's go and close this. So it's the bridge API. Once you actually get your credentials, you're going to plug in your client ID and your private secret, and then you're going to go in and sign in, and then it will say account connected. If it does not say account connected, go back to your step-by-step. You can ask Claude. You can go to our step-by-step guide. Super easy. And once you do it once, you never have to do it again. A lot of people don't know this, and I screw this up quite a bit. You want to make sure that once you put your credentials in for the first time, go to this sharing, and if you have multiple folders, you want to make sure you put them in. So if you have, just for example, this one right here, you want to share the projects with all of your folders. So every time that you make a new folder, which is these right here, these projects, you don't have to go and redo it. So you have your first node, which is the Google trigger. So you do your credentials. Mode is going to be every minute. Trigger on changes involving specific folder. This is where you're going to put your Google Drive URL. You want to make sure that your Google Drive URL is set to public, not private. Public, and then you can also edit. So it can go in and grab everything. And then you want to watch for file created, and that's it. That's your trigger. That's step 1. All right, step 2 is going to be go back to your Google Drive, and we're going to download a video. So you can just type in download file. Boom, it automatically connects it. If you're new at this, you can hover over it and you can go like that and disconnect it. Take the plus sign, hold it, and then you can move it around. A little trick is if you hold Control and plus and minus and put your mouse up here, it will move it around. Gets a little getting used to. All right, so we got that. Now when you get these nodes in, you'll see that there's names up here. You want to click it, and I always like to use the same node names that I'm using. The reason being is there's things further down the pipeline, there's further nodes down the pipeline that call the nodes previously to that. So if you change this, and it took me forever to learn this. So I was like, I don't want to use that name. So I just called it Google Drive. Well, the node down the road at the end is going to call Google Drive trigger, and it will error out all the time. You'll spend so much time trying to figure it out. So copy and paste and just use the same nodes unless you're experienced. But you just click it, and copy. And these are one of the things that if you're doing the step-by-step with me right now, you have to manually do. All of these steps are already done in the paid version, which is only $27. And that's because, honestly, we had to pay developers, we paid us, we paid for the API building. There's probably about 100 hours that has been put into these things. So it's a very small amount for you guys to get a crazy return. And there is something that I absolutely love about all of these automations and money and time you're saving. And what do I mean by that? We'll stop here and I'm going to show you that real quick, because it's pretty cool. So let's say your finished version over here, when you're done, and you're done with a workflow, you can go over to settings. Estimate time saved. Total time savings and summarize and overview. So I have it set to 5 minutes per production. So the way I think about it is posting to every social media platform or a staff doing it takes about 5 to 7 minutes per platform. When this is all said and done, you're posting this automatically to TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, Pinterest, Threads, YouTube, and there's more that you can add also. So at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 minutes per video of posting, you go and put these in here at 5 minutes a pop. After you run this for about, say, 30, 45, I'm not good with the math and thing, but let's do that. Let's do 40 minutes. You know, let's just call it a 1 hour. We'll make it easy for people that are younger. All right, so you get 1 hour times 7 videos. Now, say you post 5 videos a week. So it's 1 hour total of time it's saving you each day for your social media content creator times 5. That's 5 times 4, 20 hours. So let's say you're not doing it, or maybe you are doing it, and you value your time at $75 an hour. But let's say conservatively you hire a social media manager. It costs what, $17 an hour. So just posting one video a day, you're saving $4,000. So most people, like us, we post 8, 9, 10 hours a day. 10 videos a day. So let's say you want to do 10 videos a day times 1 hour times 5 days a week, which we're posting 7 days a week. Why would you not? Times our social media manager is $20 times 52. So just on this one tool, just on minimum videos a day, you're at $52,000. Like, you see how this thing compounded? That's a full staff member right there. And that's just posting a couple videos a day. So I like that, because this can actually is kind of your checks and balances of how much money you're actually running, how much you're actually saving. But let's get back to it. So now the fun part, we're going to add what's called API calls. Now think of it as, so you're going to type in HTTP request. This is essentially is an API call. So you're asking for information. So you're trying to get information and post information. Get content, post content. Just think of it as a bridge. So it's just connecting everything. So since this program wants to get information from Assembly AI, for example, which is what we're going to do now, it's going to do what's called a post. So we're going to change the first one to a post. URL, now keep in mind this is all in the step-by-step, so you want to make sure you copy and paste this directly. You're going to go and fill in the URL. So it's going to upload, what it's doing, it's posting and uploading the video, because what we're doing is we are actually going to get the audio, because I'm going to show you what this workflow actually does, which I probably should have done first. So let's zoom out. What this does is you're going to drop the video in your Google Drive. It then is going to do an audio transcription. Why? Because you don't have to write your post, you don't have to write your hashtags, you don't have to write your description. This is an auto poster. Game changer. So there's multiple ways you can skin this cat, but what we do is we upload the video, it uploads to Assembly AI. If you don't want to use this step, you can not use this step and you can manually do everything. So it uploads it, it transcribes it, it takes the audio out, it transcribes it, and then it uploads the audio to ChatGPT or whatever model you like best. So let's zoom out, uploads it to ChatGPT. We use 4.1 Mini. It'll take the voice audio to it, and then it will create a script. So we have our prompt that we made. We worked very hard with the prompt. And then it will take the hashtags, the title, the audio, and it will post it everywhere by just doing the video. So what we do is we'll film a video, I'll give it some notes, I'll upload it to TikTok, or I'll just upload it to Google Drive, and then it repurposes it. So every single platform doesn't have the same thing. When I say that there's so many ways to skin this cat, once you get the workflow working, what you want to do is then go back and modify it based on your needs. So if you don't want to use the auto poster, or let's say you're on a budget and you don't want to spend a couple cents on whatever automation might cost, like this might cost 2 cents and you don't want to use that and you want to just use Google Sheet, you can do that. You can just go ahead and right click and you can deactivate. What I like to do, since I make a lot of mistakes, is I'll highlight, saying boom, 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 press Control and highlight it. You can right click and you can, where is it? You can deactivate, and then, or what you can do is, I don't like ever deleting anything. So what I like to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Control copy, and paste down there. And then what I like to do is deactivate this. And then what you can do is you can actually delete whatever you have up there. So once you make a mistake, or if you want to go back, or blah, 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 you always have it there. You have the original workflow there. Or what you can do is do the whole workflow with us, save it, make a copy, so you know you have a working one, and then we'll use one as a master and one to play around with. You definitely don't want to be deleting things and having to reconfigure things. You want to have your main workflow that's always working. Just a little tip, because I know a lot of people will play around with this, and that's what I use a lot. And then once it makes the hashtags, title, and description, it will upload it to Blotado. This is the simplest and easiest way to get it posted to all of your platforms. 100% honest, this platform is amazing. It does a lot. There's a lot of things. You can make videos, you can do a lot of things, but it's an auto poster for social media. So we'll get to that part later, but it automatically will post all platforms. So what it does, it uploads it to Blotado, and then it will automatically post it to all the platforms. And then you have your error handling here. So if something were to error out, 100% it'll tell you. But we also have platform specifics. We'll give you some helps, but you also get you'll get discount codes for Blotado. It's very inexpensive, but it is a game changer. It's a must-have. So let's get back to the build. We're going to move this one out of the way. So we have back to the Assembly AI upload. Remember, have to keep these titles. You got post, you got the upload, you're going to add your header, and then you're going to have your authorization, and then this is where your API key is going to go. So you're going to go to Assembly AI, go in the step-by-step guide, click on the link, and then you want to put your API key right here. And then you scroll down, send body, data, and then done. And then we're going to zoom out. We're going to add another node. Actually, what I like to do is I like to copy, so right click, copy, paste, link it together, double click, and then we're going to change the name. So this one is going to be transcribe, Assembly AI transcribe. You're going to click on post again, you're gonna put in this URL. You got your headers. I like copying it because once you actually put the value in there, it'll actually be filled out for you. And then you're going to add the content type, application JSON, click on send body. See, I just deleted it. So what I'm going to do is re-add it. Content type JSON. Yeah, all three of those, and then you're going to paste this in. Now, where do you get that from? You're going to get that directly from the step-by-step guide. So you copy that over, and then we're done. Now, by this point, I can't do it on this one because I can't put my API credentials in here. By this point, you want to go and click on execute step. So step one is you want to actually put a video under 3 minutes. So make it like 1 minute, so it's nice and quick. These videos have to be under 3 minutes. I'll show you what to do if it's not 3 minutes. But over 3 minutes will not work right now in this API. I'll show you a different method. Under 3 minutes, put it in your Google Drive folder. And first thing you're going to do is click on the place right here, and then it'll grab it. And then you can go back and you can either click on this workflow button right here, or you can click on this right here and it'll go boom, boom, boom. It'll go through all the steps. If you have any errors, it'll tell you right away. So let's say we want to run this. Error. Why? Because we don't have anything hooked up. You want to make sure it's hooked up. So you're going to go through all the steps, press play, and you want to get the data pulled in. And let me show you what that looks like. So I just put a video in my folder. I pressed the fetch test event, and it pulled it directly in. Okay? So that's what the output will look like. I then will make sure that this is green. If you ever see red, it's not going to work. There's an issue. Something's not connected correctly, or you might have a wrong symbol in there. What this is doing is this is calling the previous step, which right now is the ID, and the ID is going to be all the information's here. So let's say you broke it, and let's look for the on this one. The result we're looking for is this, right? So we scroll down and we see ID right there. So let's go ahead and delete this, and let's say you broke it. See how it's black? So let's say you don't know what you did, you broke it, and something's missing, or it's red. What you can do is go to the step, click on the ID, and bring it over, drop it, and it automatically maps it from the previous step. That's called dynamic mapping. And it's pulling information, so no matter what your video is, it's pulling that step. Some people know this, some people don't, so I want to make sure we keep it pretty easy for everyone. So now we're going to click on execute step, and now it's downloading the video automatically using your API. It then creates this binary file. If you want to download it, view it, this essentially is the actual video being downloaded. And then we're going to move on to the next step, which we're going to call the assembly AI. I'm going to hurry. I'm going to put my credentials in off screen, and then I'm going to show you what that looks like. All right, so I put my credentials in, and I went ahead and pressed run. And let's get this back down. All right, so we're gonna hit run, and then it will upload the video directly to Assembly AI, as you saw there. And we're gonna go to the next step. It says error because I took the credentials out. Then we go to the next step, which is the transcribe. Do the same thing, press execute, and it will pull in all of the data into the output. Now it's very important. This is where you wanna stop, and I wanna show you a trick. API calls sometimes cost you money, sometimes don't, but also it takes a lot of time. So every time you're testing something or every time you're fixing something, if every single time you are having to execute the workflow to test something, it's going to cost you a lot of time, especially when you're uploading videos. Each one takes a couple seconds. What you can do is you can right click on this and you can pin the data that you've already pulled over that you know works. That way, the next time you press execute the workflow, it will just go boom, boom, very quickly. So the videos are now, all the data is stored in it. And the reason why you want to execute it right off the bat and to get the information in it is because you can actually see the input and the output, and you can see if it's correct, and you also can see if you need to add additional information, if you want better hashtags, if you don't like the output or the input, the descriptions, you need to work better on your prompts. You know, you have to make sure that the information's in there so you know how to call the next step. So the next part is we're going to add a wait node, because you now have uploaded the video and you have transcribed it, but chances are it's not going to download or upload very quickly. So you need to put a wait node so it doesn't error. So you're going to go over to plus and you will type in wait, and pretty much how long do you want to wait. So time at interval 10 seconds. So we're going to put 10 seconds in there. You can X out of it. And then the next node is going to be, we're going to check on the status. So again, what I do is you can copy any previous node, connect it, unpin it, so we haven't tested it yet, and we're going to change the name. So we're going to go in here and we're going to change the name to assembly AI check status, and let's go ahead and fill out we're going to update the information. So now we're going to get information. We're going to put the URL in there. Now keep in mind, the reason it's gray is because we haven't ran the previous nodes now, the wait node. As soon as you do, it's going to turn green because it's now pulling information from this step right here. All right, we're going to add your headers. That's a test API, so no one try to use it. And now we're going to execute step. All right, so we just ran it, so you'll see that now that is green. And then get status, and pretty much if you're running this right away, the get status is not going to be completed, but we waited a few minutes. So what you want to do is you want to plan for the worst and add an error handling, and that's what I'm talking about. You want to make sure that it's looping. So what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called an if function. So if it's done, continue. If it's not done, loop around and retry. So let me show you how to do that. So we're going to go into if, add an if, and then what we're going to do, so the status is equal to completed. Again, status, so if I were to get rid of that, status is completed. And if it is, continue. If it's not, what we're going to do is we're going to take the false and loop it right back to the wait. So when it is done, it will continue. That's an error handling tactic. All right. So now continue. So now we're going to go and we're going to add, so OpenAI message model under text actions. Boom. All right. So this, you're going to have to add your credentials. Again, API, go to the documents, click on the pencil, and go ahead and make sure your credentials are connected. And then we're going to do text message a model. You can use really whatever model you like best. For this one, you know, it's pretty simple, so we're going to do text 4.1 mini. If there's a different model you want to use, you can definitely do it. And then we have our prompt that we have made. Again, this is red because there's no transcription coming in, but you want to make sure that you have nothing that's ever red. It means that something's not right, something's not pulling. And then you have your hashtags. You can modify. This is where you want to modify very much to cater towards your business. So this is very generic. It will output a title, description, and hashtags. But if you want to add something specific, you want it to be about a specific topic, you want certain hashtags that fit your needs, or your title needs to be more energetic, this is where you want to modify and make it custom to whatever you're doing. And then we have this down here, and we want to add output temperature. And this is kind of how much you want it to go rogue. How much do you want the model to Actually, you can hover right over here and I can tell you. Lowering results will lessen completions as the temperature 0. The model will become more deterministically. So you can see what it does. Put it at 7 and it'll make it so where it doesn't fail, and also you'll get the results that you need. Make it nice and easy. And you want to make sure simplify output is marked. All right, so we ran the message model with our prompt. Everything is green. And you'll see that the transcription, which came right from the text, was brought right over. And then we have the content that it changed. So this was our input, and then this is the output. Get free business leads with one click. It has the description, it has all the information. See right there. So this is essentially going to be the content that it made for you. And then it also has the most relevant hashtags ready to roll. Look at that. It's pretty cool. And depending on how you want the output, you're going to change your prompt here, and you'll get a different or altered output. All right, so we have that. You'll see everything is ran. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just now pin some of this information so we don't have to keep on calling the same models over and over again. And then we're going to move on to the next step. The next step is going to be a code node. So we're going to go in and type in code. And we're going to delete this information that's pre-filled in. And then you're going to go to the sheet and you're going to copy the exact code, which is, I'm going to copy right here, and we're going to go ahead and execute step. All right, so we put the code in, we executed, and then now what this is doing is it's telling us all the information that it wants us to pull so we can get everything ready to post into the actual next node. So we're going to change the name, which you'll see in the step-by-step guide, but essentially it's preparing the post. All the information. We have the title, we have the description, we have the hashtags, we have the URL, and then you'll see what the original transcription is. So it's pretty cool, right? You get to see everything here, and that's where you can now alter the previous steps, or you can change the bot information for what information you want the output to be. If you need this to be looking a little better, just like I said, alter it, but this is what is actually going to get posted to the social media platforms. So pretty cool. Has the title, description, hashtags, ready to roll. So now what we're going to do is the fun part. So the next part is that we need to install a community node. So that's where we're going to import the Blotado information. So just like you normally would, you're going to go ahead and type in Blotado. And now I've already installed this, but what it's going to say is, it's going to say that, do you want to install this node? And you have to install this node because it's not a pre-step mode, it's community node. You install it, and then it will actually allow you to do all of these things, right? And it keeps it updated. So you'll see that there's documents here, which will be posted on how to actually install it. If you have any problems or questions, it has a full installation guide, and it's good resources. Now, when you're installing this node, if you have any problems, when you go to the auto poster step-by-step, you're going to see that we have a section here is node help, which will take you directly to Blotado's node help and step-by-step on how to do it. Very, very easy. So if you get caught up on this because it's the only really community node you have to install, just go there. Like I said, ask Claude. It can help you as well. Just plug in and it'll tell you how to do it. So once we have Blotado installed, we're going to now put up upload video. So this is where it's going to upload the video directly to the app. At this point, you need to actually go to Blotado and actually sign up. They have multiple level accounts, but you can go in the step, and we have a discount link in there for you. We have a couple of versions. There's a free trial, but there's also a paid version. This is something that you're going to need, and you're going to want to use because it's going to help you everywhere. So you can click on our link. It is an affiliate link, but you also do get a huge discount as well. So it helps us out, it helps you guys out. It's a win-win. You want to make sure you do that prior to actually installing anything. You're ready to go, you're ready to set up. All right, so we have the upload video. You'll change your name, and then you'll go and copy this. And what this is doing is it's pulling from the drive the actual video that we're going to upload. So it's actually pulling the URL and uploading it directly to the Blotado so it can actually disperse and go everywhere. And then what we're going to do is you have the success and you have the error. So it's kind of like an if function, but now we're going to upload it to all of the different social media platforms. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go and add all of the different platforms. So you're going to type in Blotado, and then we're going to create a post. Now you're going to do this step for every single platform that you want to use. So you'll link your account, add your credentials like you normally would, and then what we're going to do is we have post, create, and then let's say we're going to do TikTok first, and then from list, clicked on the wrong thing. You're going to click on your name, and then you'll copy from the sheet this text, and this is going to be how you want your post to look. So some platforms you're going to want it to look different. You want to cater this to your needs. So for us, this is it's calling information from the previous step. So you have the title, you have the information, the description, and then you have the post hashtags. If you want all or more, you can add more. You can add more affiliate links. You could add more information about your business, contact information, phone number. This is what you actually want posting to social media. So you know Twitter and X is going to be different than maybe Facebook for you. So you want to cater this to exactly how your business looks and feels and how you want it. So the codes you can use, everything else you can go ahead and change. Now, you'll see the account from list. Now, I like using ID better. So this ID is going to be the ID that you're getting from Blatato. So when you log in and you connect all your socials, it's going to say copy ID. That's what you want to put here. I like using ID over name just because it's a lot easier, and then you know if something's not working and something is working. Now, you have to remember that videos can only be a maximum of 3 minutes because Twitter and also I think it's Instagram Reels, it'll post everything else, but it will not post there if it's longer than 3 minutes. Now, there's different ways you can do it, but you want to make sure that you post everything 100% under 3 minutes for right now. So what you're going to do is I'm going to fast track this, but you're going to want to do one of these same exact nodes. You're going to copy and paste it. So for this one, first one, we're going to do, so let's say we do TikTok for this one. You'll go ahead and copy this, so 3 dots, copy, paste it. Another one will go to, so you can have a bunch of different branches. But then let's say we want to do Facebook or Meta, whatever you want to call it. You're going to change this to Facebook, and then change your ID, copy and paste your information, connect your Facebook page. Okay? And you're going to do that for all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and copy all of mine in. And let's copy and paste those in. So I have each one pasted in, and you'll go ahead and just branch off one for each one that you want to post. Okay. And we got all of our credentials set, we have all of our information set, and now we have one for each platform. And then I have Pinterest deactivated right now for our company. And then finally, we're going to add a merge, keep it on append, and then we're going to do 9. And what that's going to do, and we're going to change the name to error report. What that's going to do is if there's any issues with any of these, so error, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. However, any social media platforms you're going to use is how many you want to have in this append. So if you're only in these 3, only add 3. So what this is actually going to do is it's going to be the starting point of all of the errors. If there is one that doesn't run, let's say you post a minute video, it doesn't post to Facebook or Instagram, and it errors, it will all go here, and then you can add another step depending on how you want to do it to your error report. And then what I like to do is we have all of them posted. What I want to do is now do a Google Sheet, because I want to post all the information to my Google Sheet, and I want to actually update the sheet. So the sheet that's in the drive that says copy, you want to go in and copy that. And then what we're going to do is we want to post all the information, and we want to see when things are done, and we want to also see all the information, the outputs, the hashtags, the description. So you can repurpose content, but you also can see everything working. So you don't have to clock in here, you don't have to click in here and try to see where everything's working. You can see when it exports and it posts, you can see when a post, and then it'll put the hashtag and the title and the description on it. So I'm going to show you that now. So when you go to the Google Sheet, you're going to see append or update row and sheet. That's the one that you want, not just update row and sheet. Because what this is going to do is it's going to take an existing line item and it's going to re-update it for you. So if you want to add additional steps previously or after that, it will also alter and change things. So when you get in there, you're going to change your title, you're going to connect your sheet that you copied to your folder, and then you're going to go into the step-by-step guide and you're going to copy in each one of these little items right here and just X'd out that one by mistake. So what we're going to do is copy it right back over and take the success route, and we're going to link the success route to your Google Sheet. So once it uploads, you can put one here. And then you can also do it down here also. So you can copy the Google Sheet again down here, and then when it actually posts to that social media platform, you can actually play around so it says post or failed or whatever you want by doing, you can copy and put it down here, and then have multiple routes go to multiple things. So that's where you can get a little customizable if you want to take it to the next level. So you want to take all of these and plug in these JSONs based on the drive. So you want to go the step by step, and you want to actually copy this now. And then once that's connected, you are ready to rock and roll. So now you can test that step. I'm not going to test mine, but you're going to click on this, and then it's automatically, when it's done, going to post the status to the sheet, and then it's going to post to all your social media platforms, and you'll actually see all the variations. So it is absolutely a game changer because all you have to do is post it once. And if you went over to your Google Sheet that you made a copy of, you'll see that as soon as you press test, you have the title, the URL, which is the URL that we just posted, the captions, hashtags, the transcription, and then as soon as it's done, posted. And then your staff can also come in here if you have people working with you and take this and you can alter it. Now another thing you can do is you can add to this is you can also take it to where it will make a transcription of this version and change it so the next version is completely different, or you can modify it. There's just so many different variations that you can do. So congratulations, that is your automation, and I'm going to show you a tidbit that I'm going to show you a game-changing automation that we made that you are going to be mind blown. And I tell you this, if you made it this far, you need this. It has helped us so much, and I went from hours of automation to this by a thought. If you have a thought, you will change your business. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So when you come over to our school community, this is the paid community, but it's also going to be in the free community as well. It's going to be locked. It is a paid thing, but I'm telling you, it is worth every penny. So it's going to be called AutoGenius. And what this is a bot that makes bot automations. So a lot of times when you're copying all these gurus and people that are doing step-by-step, you're going to notice that when you upload their file or workflow or JSON file, there's a lot of errors. So there's a lot of fixing. There's not a lot of stuff gets lost because I'm going to show you, like for example, when most automations are uploaded by using the file and then upload by file, you actually lose a lot of information because the stuff like this is not all JSON. So what happens is you're actually going to lose a lot of information, and then you manually have to figure out step by step on what needs to be uploaded. What we did is we created a bot that automatically will make automations by a chat. I'm going to show you how it works. This is an auto poster. Guys, we call it AutoGenius Pro. So all you need to do is have a thought. So when you upload this, you're going to have a chat right down here. In normal layman terms, all you have to do is tell it what you want, and it will build it for you. So there's a lot of learning curve that is eliminated. Any thought, anything about marketing, workflows, if you want to build an agent, if you want marketing tips, if you want daily vlogs, blogs, if you want to help your social media editor edit content, if you are having any struggle, if there's anything in your business slowing you down, if there's anything that you want to automate, if there's anything that is taking your team too long, any tool, any app, any thought, anything that you want to build, this will do it for you. So, for example, I'm going to show you in a second. I'm into sports cards, and when I upload sports cards, I have 50,000 sports cards. When I upload it to the program, the AI does not recognize the name of the sports card. I have to manually enter them in my phone every single time. Then I have to use a second platform in order to fully automate and figure out what the prices are going to be. So I'm using one API, and I'm having to buy a second program that I can use to get the values. And then I have a third one that will actually export everything to eBay and Facebook and all this. And I was just losing my mind. I can't do this one by one. It's a hobby, but I want to make money also. So I came in here and I said just that. I have this problem. I want to automate everything. How do I do it? And instead of learning and having to buy someone's automation, once you buy this once, it is yours. You have a thought, you have a problem, you have a need, you can also resell this. The opportunities are endless. And I'm going to show you what that card automation looks like. So I put in a single text prompt, and it spit out this giant automation for us, including how to help, step by step, everything. Now, this is genius because not only is it spitting out the JSON code, but it's actually spitting out the correct information for each item. And what I mean by that is it's not losing all the information. It's not uploading only half the information. It's NaNNM, and it uploads and it gives you a web link. So once you actually fire the bot, you put the text in. So, let's go ahead and go back. We're going to jump ahead. Let's go to the builder, and let's say that we want to build. We're going to do it together. Let's text. Let's put in. We're going to zoom in so you guys can see this bad boy working. All right. So what I did is I went over to ChatGPT or Claude, and I just typed in layman terms what I actually wanted, and I said, build me a prompt for this, and pretty much it built me a prompt. I just explained the issues I was having, and this is the card app. So I've built one now for an API to where you can copy trade someone for crypto, and I said I want to be able to copy trade multiple people, and I want when those copy traders get a bid or they do a trade, I want to copy trade them, but I want other people to be able to copy trade me so I can make money. So it built me the app in a second, or the automation in a second. For this one, it was the card automation. I wanted to be able to just upload all of my cards directly to one source. I wanted to scrape all of the information, so it pulled all of the name, address, and information, all the card information, all the sports card information, the number, the player, the sport. And then I wanted it to automatically figure out, using another API company, what the value of that card was, and upload it back to that original data set. So I was ready to post. So we had the correct information, we had the correct card information, we had the correct value, and we were able to automatically get ready to post at 5, 10, 20,000 cards within minutes, rather than one by one by one. And the prompt started like this. Boom, 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 boom. I press enter, unpin and send, and it goes and it makes the automation. Now what it's doing is when a chat is received, it's going to a developer AI, and then it's adding all of these tools. It calls another workflow, and then it uses all this special code, and it spits out a web link at the end. And that web link at the end gives you the exact link, so you can copy and paste it into your browser, and you can go directly to your workflow that you just created. And this is a second one I was just talking about. This is the Blowfin copy trader. So the copy trader, it pulls in the copy trade. It allows all the other people that want to copy trade you, and it takes 5, 6, 7 people that you like, allows you to copy trade them, and it automatically will let you trade with them automatically. So when they take a trade, you take a trade. It can mitigate your risk, and then you can have people that actually pay you every single week. Copy traders are making like 60, 70,000 bucks, but I'm not good at trading, but I know who is. So what I'm doing is I'm copy trading the big guys that are amazing. But how do I get money? Yeah, I know I'm making money on the front end, but I want people to be able to copy trade me. So what this does is this allows people to copy trade me. So when I copy trade someone, they automatically can copy trade me. So that's one right there. This is the sports card one I was telling you that we just did. So essentially I upload 20,000 cards to a company called Mascot. I have a scraper that will automatically scrape all the data. It'll save card information, card number, and then it will go directly to get that scraping information. It will get the value information and it will write it to a Google Sheet. And then I'll take that Google Sheet and it will use OpenAI Vision. Let's zoom back in. It'll use OpenAI Vision to check to see if the year and the information is correct. It then will call Sports Card Pro to get the comps of that card fully automatic. It will validate that the information that is on the card matches the comps that it's getting. And then it'll write all the information back to Google Sheet so I can upload it, merge it, add the photos, get all the photos, and then append and copy all the information into Google Sheet so I have a working document, and then I can upload all of the information directly to the company automatically and have my prices, my sales prices, my value from the API, my name, my information, all done. That was all from a thought. Imagine the possibilities of what you can do and how you can control your day, from email posting to spam emails to responding to emails to follow-up using AI with follow-up, lead generation, scraping for contacts for leads. You can never pay for leads again. There's a reason why we have the lead poster and the scraper. You can scrape emails and phone numbers and names and have unlimited leads for your business practically for free by creating an automation that is using this build. You no longer have to try to figure out how to get it to work. You no longer have to figure out how to buy someone else's automation that they're making. You just bought a bot that makes the bots. Guys, game changer. Game changer. It's called Auto Genius Pro for a reason. So like I said, it's called Auto Genius Pro. So when you're in the community and you're clicking on it, you're going to see that it has step-by-step, and you're going to see some of the stuff that we've already done. So like you have the sports card automation, we have the copy trading automation, the Holy Grail automation, which is the auto poster that we just went through. And like we can just go on and on and on. So when you go in here, you're going to go click on the resource and guide, and then it's going to have everything. The upload file, the Google Sheet, the nodes, the step-by-step, everything. That is your set it and forget it moment. This is your set it and forget it moment. Guys, game changer. You now control the narrative. You control the cards. This is what you need. So go to your classroom, click on Auto Genius, and both in the free community and also the paid community, you're going to see this and you want to grab this. And if you have any questions, I'm here to help. Just send us a message. I have a bunch of people that can help you out, and we hope you enjoy this. If you have any need for any help step-by-step, remember, step-by-step guides there for you. You have all your resources, you have your API integrations, and we hope this helped. Use it. Let us know how it worked for you. But guys, you have to put in the work, because this will change the face of what you need to do for your business. And if you're just starting out, you got the one up on everyone else. I'll tell you, you got the tools now. Not many people are doing this. This Auto Genius, these lead scrapers, this is where it's at. Guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm here to help. Thank you so much, and have a great day, and we'll see you on the next video.